Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Friday Night Reading Sprints. I know it's been a hot minute since I've done Friday Night Reading Sprints. I did like spare the moment ones last week, but I'm glad to be back on Friday night a little bit earlier than usual. I usually do 7 p.m. Eastern, but I figured I have a slight headache coming on just a little bit. I had caffeine today and a couple days ago, and I don't normally drink caffeine anymore. So it's kind of giving me just like a little bit of a headache. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can't officially, not necessarily do caffeine, but like my body's not used to it anymore. So we're just gonna not do caffeine anymore. Anyways, if you're here, welcome. Let me know what you're reading or what you're doing. You don't have to read during these sprints. You can do writing, you can get laundry done, whatever you all want to do, just to hang out with me and have a good time tonight. I'm making sure my microphone is working. I'm pretty sure it does because the light says it's okay on my fancy microphone. Not super fancy, but it's there. All right, so plans tonight for me are writing, for the most part, writing, but I also might do a little bit of reading. I'm not sure yet. I guess it just depends on my mood. I have been a late night writer lately. Like at first, I was like the first couple days of writing, I was like, I am going to write in the afternoon. I have like all this free time in the afternoon. And for some reason, the words just flow better at night. So we'll see if I get any writing done. I mean, it is still technically night. It's just not late night. So we shall see how it's going to go. I'm going to get everything up and running here. But let me know what you guys are reading tonight. I am going to start reading a new release because I can't wait. I'm like, can I wait like closer to the date? And I'm like, absolutely not. So this book comes out. When does this come out? Probably not going to say in the front. I wish they would do that. In like the front of the book, they say the year. I would love if they had a month and a year. I don't care about the day necessarily, but like I would love like the month and the year. So this one comes out in like 2-3 weeks, sometime in July. That's all I know. But it's Designed with Love by Tracy Peterson. This is one of my all-time favorite authors, my adopted auntie. So I have to read her new release. So this is going to be the one. Plus, I am a character in this book as well. So she said I pop in and out of the whole series. So I cannot wait to see my name again in print in one of her books because she's been like one of my favorite authors since I don't know, since I started reading romance, like when I was around 13 or 14. So I have loved this woman for like more than half my life. So she's an awesome lady, and I can't wait to see my name in it. I don't know where I am in this book. I'm not a main character, but I know I'm in here somewhere. So we'll just see where I am mentioned. All right, let's see here. Let me see who's popping in. I see all the comments popping in. I'm glad everybody's joining tonight. Hey, Jamie, I'm glad you're here. Hope my volume's not up. I turned on somebody's video, and I'm like, oh no, oops, hold on. All right. All right, so hello. Hello, everyone. Thanks for popping in tonight. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, I definitely know it's the caffeine because I haven't had it in forever. I drink like a Shirley Temple like once a year, like for something special, but I very rarely drink caffeine. So yeah, I had a black iced tea, and I just think that kind of overdid it. There's a lot of caffeine in black tea, so I was like, probably not a good idea today. Oh well, it is going slowly away. Awesome, you'll be writing tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. So we can write together. Yay. I'm excited. And yes, it is morning for you. 8 a.m. Awesome. So bright and early. Well, good morning, and hopefully you'll be able to get a lot of writing done too. So awesome. Hey, Erica, reading Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Nice. I've read one book by her. I didn't really like it. I can't remember which one it was now, but I remember I was like, I don't know. It was just okay to me. It was a long time ago though, like when I first started BookTube, maybe even before actually. Sometimes I Lie. That's one that I read. And I heard that's like most people's least favorite, so maybe the other ones that other people have read are better than that one. Hi, Talonda. Talanda's reading Legends and Lattes. And Jamie's, you finished the Highland Heist today. Oh, awesome. Yeah, get that review written. I haven't started it yet. It's on my Kindle. I didn't ask for an early copy of it from the author because I was like, she's busy moving, I'm busy writing. So I was like, no, like I'm not gonna, say, do you have an early copy that I can read? So I was like, I'm just gonna read it from NetGalley. That's totally fine. Kim's reading For a Lifetime, Timeless number 3. Awesome. I loved the ending of book 3. That was such a great ending. So I hope you enjoy it. I love that ending. Jamie says, I may start reading The Assassin's Apprentice. Awesome. Let me know how you are going to like that series. I'm really tempted to pick it up because I've heard it's, less, there's not much spice or any spice in that series compared to her other series. So let me know if you enjoy it. You're about to make cupcakes for your birthday tomorrow. Awesome. And happy early birthday, Jamie. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day tomorrow. You should have said to your friends, can you make my cupcakes for me? Although, honestly, I probably would make my own. Fashion Aplenty, hello. You're using your new account. Awesome. And I'll continue using this one. Well, you have the same name, so I'm glad you're here. Yay. Awesome. I mean, pretty much it's the same name. Did you just capitalize the letters then? But yes, I recognize your name. Erica read Rock, Paper, Scissors by her and did not enjoy that book, but I've heard good things about this one, so decided to give her another try. Yeah, sometimes I do that as well. I give an author a second chance to see if I'll like another book better by her. But yeah, so I might give the author a second chance. We'll just have to wait and see. Hello. I'm happy to. I am, and you're welcome. So I'm excited to be back into reading sprints. So yeah. You're just crocheting a coaster. That's nice and relaxing, hopefully. What colors are you using for crocheting? I bought a bunch of yarn like 6 months ago or so. I was planning on making like this really cute like daisy top that was made entirely out of daisies. And then I was like, I have no time to do this. Or I didn't make time because it was going to be for my trip that we took back in January. It didn't happen. So maybe for my next trip I can make it. I don't know. But I do have all this yarn that I bought specifically for this one top. That's like the only yarn I have. I think I got rid of all my other yarn. Yeah, I didn't know that the old name still shows up. That's interesting. Maybe if I was going to see if you use the same email address, but you wouldn't be able to do that. Interesting. Are you sure you made a new account? Sometimes I'm like, did I make a new account or is it my old one? You're doing everything else. Okay. Okay. Awesome. What kind of cupcakes are you making for your birthday? I haven't been much of a cake person lately. My mom used to make cakes and she's honestly like she doesn't make them anymore, but she's like the best at it because it's like a good ratio of cake to frosting. Plus her frosting isn't overly sweet or that whipped cream texture. It's a soft texture, but it's not overly sweet like those store-bought ones. I can't stand those. So I don't know what I want for my birthday. I've been really loving pineapple upside down cake for the past couple years, so I will probably ask for that again next month. And actually, you almost share a birthday with my mom because my mom's birthday is on Tuesday. Jamie's got a birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to go out sometime next week and hang out. Yeah, she heard you. The microphone's on.
Oh, I thought it was in your
No. Now I have my earbuds in for the sound later. I'm glad your username same too, so I know who you are. Pink yarn, nice. I have tried diamond painting. I like it. I personally prefer bookmarks rather than the huge giant diamond paintings, because I tried one. I had like one with like I think Donald and Mickey or something. Maybe it was just Donald. I got it, started it, and like my back was sore after like half an hour to an hour. I was like, no, like I would either have to find a more comfortable place to do it. I enjoyed it, but the position I was in, I was like, this is not that comfortable. So yes, I decided not to continue doing that particular activity. But I do enjoy it. Just my body doesn't, at least at the table anyways. Jamie is making cannoli cupcakes. Ooh, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. I have never tried to make cannolis or cannoli cupcakes, so that sounds amazing. What are you singing?
She's making cannolis. I want a cannoli.
You can't even have cannolis.
Yeah, the cannoli for you. Oh.
Hi, Elma. I'm glad you're here. Elma's reading a Christie tonight. Awesome. Awesome. For those just popping in, I am reading Designed with Love by Tracy Peterson. This is her new book coming out in a couple weeks. And yes, I can't wait to read it. Mom's reading Love Overboard. She's finally reading it.
I can't find my bookmark.
Well, find a bookmark. Use a piece of paper. Use a clean tissue. I said clean. She said ew, and I was like, it's a clean one. Okay. Your birthday was last week. See, I thought it happened in the past, and I was like, just push it as long as you can, Jamie. Just celebrate as long as you can. Just make it last as long as possible. I do. Like, I try to anyways. It's always nice when something pops in the mail, so that way it like lasts longer. Elma finished reading Hope Between the Pages. Awesome. Oh, I have not read that one yet, but it is on my summer TBR. I should make a summer TBR video because I haven't yet. But that one is one of them that I need to get to. You're welcome. Oh yes, 50 would require a party, a bookish tea party. I wish I lived closer because I'm sure you would invite me and I would definitely come. But definitely, oh, that sounds like so much fun. Yeah, once I hit, I think 25 was my last birthday party. Yeah, it was quarter of a century. That was my last birthday party. I might do one for like 40 or 50, but like, yeah, I think at that point, you just kind of do one like per decade after you turn 25. But that was my last one, and I did a Disney themed book or party. So I dressed as the evil queen from the Once Upon a Time TV show, which still have that dress. One of my ultimate favorite dresses I own. I just need a place to wear it now because there's no place to wear it. I was thinking the Renaissance Fair, but I'm like, it's not really Renaissance. It's more Victorian, I would say. Yeah, I would say it's more Victorian. But, I mean, you could wear anything to a Renaissance Fair. Elma's kids gave her a surprise birthday party for her 50th. Nice. Yeah, none of my family are huge partiers anymore. We used to be kind of, but not really anymore, which I'm totally fine with. As long as we go to my favorite restaurant, I am the happiest person on the planet because, I mean, I love that restaurant, and as long as we get my favorite server, he is like the best server out of every place we've ever been to. We're like on a first name basis with this guy. He's great, and he's funny and super nice. So a little old for me. Otherwise, I'd probably ask him out. Hi, Anthony. I'm glad you're here. Can you write a novel? I'm trying. I am. I'm trying. I actually just gave my 35,000 words I've written so far. I sent it over last night to my author friend to look at. So she asked me, she was like, do you want me to make notes in the margin as I read? And I'm like, a little nervous. I was like, if you have the time, I'd love that, because I would say she's written a good between 8 to 10 books, I think, Susan L. Tuttle. And so I was like, if you have the time, I would love your feedback. So she's going to check it out next week. She's the first one to ever read my writing, so I'm excited. I know. I wish all my bookish friends lived closer. Nobody lives close to me. Like, I have one friend in Tennessee, but that's still like 3 states away, and I have one in Canada that's like maybe an hour and a half away from each other, but we've never met. So that's probably the closest I will ever be to any of my bookish friends. But we'll see. You never know. You should go big every big day. I wish I had the funds to do it. Also, the fact that my birthday is in July, it's like too hot, because I think one time we did go to Disney in July. That was like, I personally have erased it from my memory for that reason, but I've never actually traveled anywhere on my birthday just because it's so hot. I just want to have dinner at my favorite restaurant, and I am totally fine with that. Plus, my friends my friends know how to shop for me. My family apparently doesn't know me very well, but it's always the thought that counts, and I appreciate it. But yes, I just like to eat out for my birthday and just relax. Hi, Paige. Glad you're here. Let us know what you're reading. I'll probably start a reading sprint in the next few minutes because I've been talking for a little bit. I've been joining like random late night reading sprints the past couple of nights to get some writing done. And surprisingly, it has actually really helped. I thought like the interruption, like sprint, then talking, sprint, then talking might interrupt, but it's actually perfect because it gives me time to write. Then I can relax my brain and chat and then get to writing again. And it's been helping a lot. And I hope that might be my new norm. I just find random reading sprints and just joining in. Your niece and your best friend are doing this one. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I have a lot of relatives that live in the same state as me, but not super close. Summers are a hard time to celebrate. Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is. Plus, everybody always, is always busy. They're traveling or whatever. I don't know. I feel like summer, I don't want to travel in the summer. I feel like I want to travel during like the fall, winter. How far are you in writing your book? 35,000 words. So a little over a third of the way. And my goal is between 85 to 95,000. So it sounds like a lot, but that is an average for a roughly a 300-page book. So yes, it sounds like a lot. It is a lot, but that is the average of a 300-page book, and I think that's about the amount I'm going to be doing because it is a romance book. I personally don't like romance books that long, although I did read one that was over 600 pages, and I was totally fine with it. So I guess it just depends on your taste. Long romance books are becoming very popular now, so it doesn't mean I'm going to write a 600-page one, especially since I know that publishers really don't like you to write that long because the longer it is, the more expensive it is to print. So I don't really want to do it like a huge books because they might not want huge books. I'm trying, Anthony. I'm trying. I am trying. I have an idea for at least 2 books, a duology. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy yet. Actually, I did have a little bit of an idea for a 3rd book for this series, but I don't know. I don't know. Plus, I have another book kind of planned that has a little bit of a time travel element to it. So I'm excited for that one too. Haven't written it. It's just the ideas tumbling around. Fashion Aplenty says she stays locally in the summer too. Yeah. It is way too hot to travel outside. If we do go out, it's either to go get ice cream or go shopping somewhere cold. Like go to the mall or whatever. And there goes a motorcycle past my house. Yeah, around 300 pages is perfect for me too. I'll read longer, I'll read shorter, but I think honestly a lot of my favorite books usually tend to be around the range between 280 and 350. So, yeah, those usually tend to be my favorites. Not length doesn't really matter for me, but what the words say that counts. Yes, I remember you going to Lisbon in early May. Did you have a good time? I forgot to ask. My brain just doesn't think. uh, but yes, I remember you said you were going. I hope you had a good time. Yes, May is actually a really great time to go traveling, uh, especially, you know, yes, sounds good to me. I wish I could have gone with you. Yeah, any place like if I want to travel someplace warm, like a tropical island or down south, I'm going in wintertime. Like there's no way I'm going in the summer. Oh, that's probably my worst days. I love a good storm, but if it's hot and muggy, those are my worst days. I actually have more arthritis on muggy days than I do like during a cold, snowstormy day. Hot and muggy. It's like I don't know what, but I'm like my body just says no. It's not happening. You're not going out. You like shorter books too. If it's too long, it drags. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah. Sometimes it depends. Like, if it's a fantasy book, I can understand it being a little bit longer because of world building and characters and stuff like that. But it does, yeah. Long books can tend to drag sometimes. Mine's not so far. Oh, thank you, Erica. Are you kidding? Have I still been able to read? I've listened to a ton of audiobooks this month, which surprises me since I've been writing every single day. I have actually just finished like book number 16 this month. I really thought I was going to do a little writing this month. So have no fear. I am reading a ton apparently. It just helps my brain to kind of focus on something. I was like, I'm not going to read it all this month, since I'll be writing every day. Nope. Especially since I'm writing at night, I read during the day. So it's also cooler at night. So that probably gives me more motivation to write too. But yes, I have definitely been able to read, which surprises me too. But I think my brain is just wired to just continue reading. And the good news is that I have not stolen any ideas from authors. That was my worry like years ago. I was like, if I ever write a book, I'd be too afraid to read while I was writing. Cause like, what if I accidentally took some of those ideas, But honestly, it's like two different jobs almost. It doesn't feel like the same thing. So that's actually helped a lot. So I haven't stolen any ideas. Thanks. Yeah. And I'm enjoying what I'm reading too. So that's good. All right. I will do this last comment and then we'll go into sprints. Oh, and I'm also doing hour-long sprints because it gives me a little extra time to write and stuff, and I think it actually helps me a little bit more rather than the half hour. So we're gonna do hour-long sprints tonight, and I'll probably do at least three, three probably. And you're welcome. You had a good time with family. Awesome. We went to Lisbon for a week and it was perfect. Awesome. Yay. Yay. I mean, you can share your itinerary if you want. If not, that's totally okay too. You'd be game for going on future trips with bookish friends. Yeah. Oh, it was in a coloring group on Facebook. She's an adult colorist on YouTube, and she's like planning a cruise to go with color people. And I'm like I kind of want to go, but I'm like, I honestly would rather go with book people. Honestly, I'd be like, that would be amazing. We could just read together. Maybe we can pick like a book club read and like read the same book while on vacation. Like that sounds amazing. And I don't know, maybe we should plan something like that. That would be really fun. All right. On that note, I'd go with book people too. Absolutely. Okay. On that note, we're going to have an hour sprint. We'll come back at 25 after. Absolutely amazing. All right. I'm not going to do music today. I think it's a little more distracting for writing, but we're going to have some nice like rain sounds. So Elma, you feel at home since it's been raining over where you are. You're in for a bookish cruise. That would be amazing. I am a planner, so it could happen. It could happen. Maybe I can get like some author friends involved. That'd be really cool. All right. On to writing sprints. We'll come back in an hour. So have fun writing, everyone. And I'll see you all back shortly. Well, longly. That's not even a word. Never mind. I'll see you all back in an hour. Well, guys, that's the end of our first sprint. How did you all do with your books or whatever you were doing? Hope you got lots of stuff done during that sprint. Those hour sprints, honestly, I kind of like the hour sprints just because I can get more stuff done or read more, whatever. And I did actually complete and finish a chapter. I'm not like in the middle of a chapter reading. I read during that sprint because I don't know, I just didn't feel like writing. I have the idea of where I want my book to go into the next scene, but I just wanted to read. And I read 3 chapters and the prologue. And it's really good. This might actually end up being one of my favorite Tracy Peterson books. I think. I'm not sure, but it's already really good, like from the get-go. So I'm really liking this one. This is about, I feel like a lot of her series, they're set in the same place, but they're more standalones, kind of. So this one is about Emma, and she is widowed on her wedding day. And so she decides to move in with her brother-in-law and her sister-in-law. So it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. And that whole like, man, widowed on your wedding day doesn't go well for her poor girl. So let's see how you all did. I'm glad everyone enjoyed the rainstorm thing. I like a good rainstorm sound effect. I really enjoy that. So sound of rain, yes, it was great. And hello, Sky. Nope, you're definitely not too late because we just started the first sprint and I will have at least 2 more after this. So you're here for a while, unless you have to leave. And thank you, Hannah, for popping in and saying that it was just the first sprint. Hey, Teresa, what are you doing tonight? Are you reading or what's going on? Mom read 3 chapters. Awesome. Dad read half a chapter. He just got home though, so. And Jamie, you got supper and cupcakes made. Nice. And great job, Hannah. 600 words. That's great. I wrote a total of 1,000 words last night. That's about my average too. I think I do write about 500-ish per hour, maybe a little bit more. But that's awesome. 600 words. That's great. Did you tell me, Hannah, what are you writing? Like, what are you writing, fiction or nonfiction? I don't think I ever asked you. So if you want to share, you don't have to. If it's a secret project or something. People are arguing over how to open the bread bag. Teresa's putting up videos. Awesome. I just filmed a couple of book reviews a couple days ago for like the entire month. So I am literally all filmed up for the entire month of June, except for my TBR game for July. So I am pretty much free to just write and read, etc., and take a nice long break this month. Paige got 1 page read and watched videos. Oh no, I've done that before too. And then I get sidetracked and just start watching videos. It's been raining at your house and sounded like that for 2 days. It rained a couple days ago, really hard. I love the sound of rain. Elma got caught up with her reading and Christy. Nice. Buddying reading it with somebody. Nice. Yeah, I was supposed to read a buddy read with my friend Reese, and I think both of us kind of forgot about it because we didn't even start it, I don't think. I know I didn't start it. I don't think she did. I'll have to text her and ask. Reese, if you're here, I'm sorry. I'm going to start reading a Suzanne Woods Fisher novella. Nice, Teresa. I've read a few of her books. I enjoyed them. Sky, I'm so happy you were able to join in too and read. You live in Seattle, and that sound is relaxing for me. Yes, rain is so relaxing, especially if I don't have to go anywhere, just to relax and read during rain. It might rain tonight because it has been really, really overcast all day today, and it's getting cold, and the wind's picking up. Mom is the weather forecasting, apparently. Okay, sorry about that. The microwave was going off and it would have been really loud otherwise. So Dad just came home from work a little while ago, so he has to eat. So yeah, we had homemade soup tonight. Whatever it is, chicken pot pie soup. Yeah. So we ate that and it was really good. Hannah's writing a young adult fantasy. Oh, you're writing book 2 now. Nice. Nice. So I pray that you'll be able to publish it later this year. That's awesome. I'm so excited, and I will definitely read it for sure. I love a good young adult fantasy, or any fantasy really. So I'm excited for you. Keep me posted. Send me messages. Maybe we can do, if you don't mind doing a live reading sprint thing. Maybe you can come on my channel, Hannah, and we can sprint together and do some writing sprints sometime. If you don't mind being on camera. Well, I mean, you have your own channel, so I'm sure. But I know, like, live streaming, it took me a while before I stopped being nervous on camera live. All right. I probably will do a little bit more reading next sprint and then maybe do some writing afterwards. But this book is getting really good because I'm really enjoying this one. Designed with Love. I also really like the color scheme. Like, this is probably one of my favorite color schemes, like that mauve and like the tan color. Like my favorite nail polish colors. All right, let's see. Sorry if it's noisy in the kitchen. Everybody's apparently wanting to be around me.
We love you.
They love me. Great, Hannah. Yeah, I'll definitely message you. We can set up a time to live stream sometime. I must have either missed your live stream or maybe it was before I started following you on YouTube. But yes, we would definitely have fun doing some writing sprints together. I might grab a snack in a little bit because I'm getting a little bit hungry already, even though it's only 7:30 now. But I might start another sprint soon. If nobody wants to talk, we all probably just want to chat and stuff. Sorry, I had to mute myself again. All right. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into another sprint. So you can get more reading done or writing, whatever you're doing, and have fun. I'm going to have fun enjoying my reading and then writing. So yes, let's go until 35 after the next hour. So have fun reading or writing or doing whatever you'd want to do. So I'll see you all back in an hour. Okay, everyone, that's the end of our next sprint. Let me know how you all did during that hour-long, nice, relaxing time, or if you were being productive and doing stuff. I made sure I had water the entire time because it's summer. We have to drink water. But I'll do it. I'm thinking probably one more sprint after chatting a little bit. So I'm not sure exactly how long. I'm thinking maybe 45 minutes for the last one, but definitely doing one more sprint. So we can have a little bit more time to read and stuff. So if you're just popping in, let me know what you're reading, and I'm happy you're hanging out with us tonight. I got to page 91, so I've almost read 100 pages in Tracy Peterson's new book, which is fantastic. I did not think I was going to be reading that much, but that's quite a lot. And I'm really, really liking it. A lot, actually. So I love her kind of home, like small town feel, a little bit of Western feel as well in her book. So I really like this one. I haven't read all of her books. I mean, she's written almost 150 books at this point, and I've read probably, I would say, comfortably 15 to 20 of them. I might not have even read that much, but I've read quite a few of her books. But this one's definitely in the top. I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah, so far. So I'm guessing there hasn't been too much intrigue yet, but she's pretty good at throwing in a little bit of suspense into her Western type stories. So there hasn't been too much of that yet, but there might be. There might be. She used to be like a rebellious teenager and child growing up, and now she's back in her hometown and trying to make amends for all that she's done. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes for her. I'm sure some people probably aren't going to appreciate what she used to do. All right, let's see where we were on comments. I lost track here. There we go. All right, so Mary Ann popped in. Hi, Mary Ann. She said she read Brave on my recommendation and really enjoyed it. I'm so happy that you liked it. Brave is by Misu Andrews, and I do love all of her books. She writes really great books. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I love hearing when somebody likes something that I recommended. It just makes me really, really happy. Even if you did not enjoy something I recommended, that's okay too. Just makes me extra happy. Fashion Aplenty, just eating my dinner from Whole Foods. Nice. Whole Foods is like really far away from us. I think the closest one is probably about 40 minutes away. So we don't go there very often. I do know that I bought mangoes from there last summer and they were fantastic. The best mangoes I've ever had. I really want to go back and get some this summer. Mom read 2 more chapters and nice. I'm in the middle of a chapter right now. I think I'm on chapter 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, chapter 6. So I'm almost done with chapter 6. I knew I was not going to finish that chapter. I was like, there's 5 minutes left. It's not going to happen. Hannah got distracted by an email and organizing things for my cover artist. Nice. And that's okay. That's still working on your book. So organizing things for your cover artist. That's awesome. Are you doing like an animated cover or more like live action? I guess you'd call it live people on the cover. I really want to do an animated cover. Just because I love it, but the people have to have faces. I'm not a huge fan of faceless animated covers, and I know a lot of people aren't fan of those either. So I'm like, if I do animated, they definitely have to have faces. So I definitely will be somehow doing that. And an airplane on the cover. It has to have an airplane because that's a big part of the story. Hello. Oh, that's okay. I have one more sprint, so you didn't miss all of it. That's okay. You had a family dinner you had to attend tonight. That is totally okay. I hope you had a nice family dinner. And we're going to do one more sprint, so don't worry. Fashion Aplenty is watching Amy Marie's old Christmas vlog. Nice, nice. Hello. I'm having a pretty good night. I hope you are too. My headache's gone, thankfully. So very, very, very thankful for that. It must have been the caffeine I had earlier. Just I can't do it anymore. And that's okay. Teresa ate a bowl of cereal and read 2 chapters. Nice. You're gonna go hubby wants to watch a TV. Okay. You're welcome for the sprints and have a great weekend too, Teresa. Have a good time watching a show with your husband. Hello, Dave. Dave's reading Into the Dark by Claudia Gray. Star Wars. Nice, nice. I haven't read much Star Wars, but I do love the Han Solo trilogy by A.C. Crispin. That's like one of the only series that I've ever reread, and I think I've reread it twice, I think. So a total of 3 times. And I want to reread it again. Maybe this summer. It is on my list of rereads. And you're currently reading Experience Jesus. Is that part of the title, really? By John Eldredge. Nice, nice. And Jamie's switching between me and Chrissy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I realized that my sprints have always been on Friday nights, and then Chrissy decided to do hers on Friday nights. So maybe we can like collaborate and like, kind of bounce off each other's reading sprints sometime. I do love Chrissy. Hannah says artistic anime cover. Oh, nice. With the main character. And you found an artist that suits my taste perfectly. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Yay. I'm glad you found somebody that suits your taste. I know that if I do get traditionally published, which that's kind of where I feel like God's leading me, not to indie published. If he does, that'd be great too. Either way. But I feel like it's going to be traditionally published, and I know I probably won't have hardly any control over the cover, except for maybe like, a few of the details. But yeah, so me too, Mom. Me too. Yeah, it's the title. Okay. I wasn't sure, but I wasn't sure if really was part of the title tonight, so thank you. All right. So yes, definitely. I think we'll probably go until like whenever we stop chatting or whatever. I think I'm gonna end the next sprint at 45 after. So, or no, sorry, 30 after. So that'll give us roughly another between half an hour and 45 minutes. Yes. Well, technically, I think hers started 2 hours after me today because I started at 6 instead of 7 tonight, and hers starts at 8. So that'll give you like 2 extra hours with me before she starts because I think the earlier sprints kind of help me out, and I get to spend a little bit more time with you guys because I normally end sprints around 9:30 my time, so I can go relax or whatever, watch TV. So yeah, so I'll probably hang out with her in the comments afterwards if she's still hanging around and stuff. So yes. Sorry if I'm starting to sound nasally. My allergies are starting to come back. That's always fun. So, do you guys have anything planned for the weekend? It is a weekend. I don't know why I thought it was not the weekend. Probably because my last sprint, I think, was on like an odd Tuesday or something. I don't know. Not my normal day to sprint. So, yes, it is the weekend. So, I know Jamie's celebrating her birthday tomorrow, which is wonderful, and I hope you have an amazing time. We're probably going to order, my dad wants a pizza tomorrow for like Father's Day because he has to work on Father's Day. So we're going to celebrate a little bit tomorrow. So that's about it. And hopefully I will get a lot of writing done this weekend. Other than that, not too much. Not too much this weekend. Oh, I do have a fun thing happening on Monday, though. I got into contact because I'm friends with her on Facebook. It was my old music teacher from high school. I actually had 3 music teachers. She was 1 out of 3. But I contacted her because she just recently retired. And I was like, do you want to have coffee? Because like we haven't seen each other. The last time I visited was 7 years ago. And I was like, do you want to have coffee? And she was like, absolutely. So I was like, all right, then we're going to have coffee. So I'm meeting her on Monday. I am super excited about it because my whole band was like my second family in high school. So I loved my band teachers and friends. So that's going to be a really great time. And Mom says, happy Father's Day to any fathers out there. your husbands or whatever, brothers, whatever, are hanging out with us. And you're getting pizza tonight. Awesome. So what's your favorite? What's your flavor? What's your favorite type of pizza? I usually go for, if we order out, it's always just regular pepperoni and cheese. If we make it at home though, I love flatbread pizza with like chicken, onions, mushrooms, and goat cheese. That's like, oh, honestly, I might even like that more than pepperoni and cheese pizza, which I never thought I'd say something like that because I've always been a pepperoni and cheese person. But I love our homemade pizzas. They are so good. Deep dish pepperoni and cheese. Nice. That sounds good. I love a thin crust like underneath my pizza, but I love like a thicker crust on the outside. So yeah. I think I've only had one deep dish. It was funny. I think it was when I was in Chicago, and they were like, "Oh, you got to have deep dish Chicago pizza," and so I had it. I did not like it. I think it was just a weird place that I had it. And I was like, I did not like it. It was very doughy. I don't think they cooked it very well. It will be nice. Yeah, I don't know how much time she'll have because she's still involved with the music community. So she sounds like she still lives a very busy life. So, but just to have a nice coffee and a small chat with her will be nice. And I'll get some writing done while I'm out too. I'll hang out by myself, have lunch. Flatbread is a close second. Yes, we use pesto instead of red sauce on our flatbread. Yeah, I can't picture red sauce on a flatbread. Yeah, no. Yeah, I heard Chicago deep dish was supposed to be like the best thing ever, but that was when I was like in high school, which was 15 plus years ago. And yeah, I was not impressed by the pizza. I was like, no. That's one of the only things I'm picky on is pizza. Like, not many things I'm picky on, but like pizza like that you purchase at a store, I'm pretty picky, especially if it has a sweet sauce or a doughy crust. Those are two things I don't like. Ham, onion, mushrooms, and cheese. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I sometimes get the ham and cheese pizza that's at, if we go to Cece's Pizza, ham and cheese is one of my favorites. That and the chicken bacon ranch. I don't like the red sauce pizza at Cece's. Yeah. Yes, the sauce can get or break it. Our favorite place that's about 10 minutes away, 10 to 15 minutes away, we order from them. They changed their sauce. They changed it back because I think people started complaining because we ordered it last summer and I was like, something's odd. Like I don't know if the sauce was sweeter, but it was different. And I was like, Dad, I don't like this anymore. And he's like, Yeah. Well, he didn't notice, but I noticed. But then a couple months later, we ordered it again, and they changed it back. So I was like, okay, either it was a fluke or people started complaining. Like, this is not your sauce. What are you doing? Because we order from a local place, not like from a chain restaurant. So we were like, don't change your pizza. Like, they're popular and they're expensive. Like, I remember when they used to have, I think when I was in high school, it was $10 for a large pepperoni and cheese pizza on Wednesdays. Now it's like 20 something for a Wednesday special. I'm like, that is crazy. It does taste way better now. Yes. When they changed it back to their regular recipe, it's perfect. It is perfect. Thankfully, yes. Otherwise, I would not let him get pizza tomorrow. Or I would eat something else and he would order the pizza. Yeah, that's why we don't get it very often. Yeah, $20 is a lot. I mean, it's a large pizza, but it's like, yeah, that's a lot, especially for a special. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can understand it. I mean, they are extremely popular, especially like during football games and stuff. But yes, so yeah, it is expensive. But we think it's worth it, especially when we only get it like once every 3 months. I'm kind of glad it is that expensive. Otherwise, we would get it more often, and that's not a good thing, especially when you're trying to eat healthier. All right, so I think we should have one more sprint. Yeah, Sunday, Wednesday special. Yeah, we're getting it tomorrow and not a Sunday or a Wednesday, so we'll find out. I think it's between 25 and 27, I think, something like that. For a regular price, yeah. I know. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more sprint. We'll go until 30 after, so that's about 40, yeah, exactly 40 minutes. So 40 minutes of fun sprinting one last time, and we'll come back and say goodbye. Yes, one more sprint. So have fun reading, writing, what have you, and I will see you all back soon. Okay, everyone, that's the end of our sprint. Let me know how you all did that time. I finished up to chapter 8, I think, of the book I was reading, and then I switched to writing. Thanks to Shatona for encouraging me, since she popped in and said, jumping into work on my project while you work. And I was like, I'm not working, I'm reading. So I probably should be working. So I did. I switched when I finished my chapter. But yes, I think I got to chapter 8. Yes, chapter 8 of Designed with Love by Tracy Peterson. So loving it, as I said so far. And I did do some writing about the last 20 minutes. So let's see how much I wrote. Try to figure out where I was in here. Okay, I think that's where I started writing. I always try to remember. I should make like a little asterisk or something to like tell myself this is where you stop writing. Do I know? All right, so that's where I did. I just copy and paste over because somehow on my phone when I type, I can't like actually highlight and see the amount I wrote. I don't know why, but maybe I'll figure it at some point. But I just copy and paste it over to a new document. So I wrote almost 400 words during that last 20 minutes. So yay, awesome. And I'm almost to like a very emotional part of the story. So I'm not going to say anything because I am the one writing it and you can't know. But, well, you will know at some point. Hopefully soon. But that was good. That was good. Almost 400 words written. Yay. Happy with that. So yes, Shatona popped in. Hi, Shatona. And Dave achieved your goal of 50 pages today. Awesome. That's great. I don't usually have a goal of pages read, but I do like to keep track of how much I read. Which I'm pretty accurate at keeping track just because I like to put it in my journal. It's the first time I ever did that in my reading journal, was keeping track of how many pages I read each day. Not like exact page number, but like every like 10 pages I have a different color, but so far it's 95% accurate. Hi, Kelly. Kelly made it to 70% in Deadly Occupants by Mads Rafferty. The author is withholding information in such an illogical way. It's starting to frustrate you. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to make, because my book has to do with like treasure hunting and stuff. I'm trying really hard to make it, believable. So like I'm even now researching like believable booby traps, like not like, Indiana Jones style, but like actual traps that could occur in tomb or whatever. My dad was getting a snack, so had to pause my voiceover. There we go. Mom read 10 more pages. Awesome. 7.5 chapters done. Dad read 4 pages or 4 chapters? Oh, 1.5 chapters, my dad read. They're reading in the other room. And yes, 400 words. I almost said 400 pages. That'd be nice to write 400 pages in a day. I don't think anybody has done that, but you never know. Hi, Talonda. Talonda read 3 pages, ate supper, and watched YouTube videos. You're welcome for the sprints, and thank you. I hope you have a great night, too. Yeah, that was the last sprint, but, we'll wrap it up and finish the comments. Hannah, not sure how many words I wrote. I was dotting around, making little edits. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm not editing hardly anything. Like, I'm taking one of my author friends' advice and just writing just to get a draft done, and then I'll go back and edit anything that's, we'll fix it or whatever. Just get editor to help you. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, thankfully, I do know some traditional publishing houses do have their own editors, which is great. that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. But yes, definitely. I actually do have a friend who's an editor, so I'm kind of hoping I can get her. I just don't know how much she charges, so I'll have to ask her. Yeah, you can definitely tell when some authors don't have an editor or don't know how to edit, and it's like, yeah. Or if they did, they didn't listen to them. Yeah. I have a friend who hired an editor because she has dyslexia and she wanted to make sure it was well done. And the editor did absolutely nothing, like, didn't change hardly anything at all. And I'm like, yeah, that editor shouldn't even be editing. We all need a professional to look at our work. Yes, absolutely. Yes, because we're too close to it. Exactly. Exactly. That's why when I'm done with my draft, I'm not even going to look at it for a couple weeks because I do need to have like new, fresh look at it and be like looking at it as a reader as well. So yes, definitely need a professional to look at it. I do have an author friend actually. I just sent my work over to her last night. I was talking about it earlier. I sent my work over to her. So she's going to look at it next week. So she might make some notes. I'm a little nervous at her reading it, but it'll be fun. All traditional publishing houses have their own editors. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Publishers do have. I don't know why I said some. Yes. It's okay. It's okay. I know I make some funny bloops and I'm like, I'm an author. I should be spelling things right, but I just type way too quickly. I type way too quickly. Hannah says, it's more I think of new lines of dialogue or a description that I shuffle around. Yes. I'm trying not to get too edity in my first draft. Yes, that's for rewrite second draft me to worry about. Exactly, exactly. Yes, one of my author friends had such an incredible advice, especially for someone who's never written a book ever. And that's me. She just said a lot of new authors don't finish a first draft because they just go back and just keep editing and editing like every paragraph they do. And she just said have a keyword to type in when you forget a detail or need to research a little bit more for that part of the story. Just go back and, my keyword, I used hers because hedgehog, you're not going to use hedgehog in your book. Maybe you would, but you can use that keyword and then search for it and go back to those places you need to fix. And honestly, it has been such a huge, huge mood booster to say, because I used to be a perfectionist. I'm better now, but it does help to just continue. You're a freelance editor and run a small press. Yes. So when the steps aren't taken for quality, it drives me crazy. I get that. I get that. I was not that it helped any, but I was homeschooled until 8th grade. So I learned like a lot of grammar, a lot of spelling, and I'm like, it does, so I think I learned a little bit more being homeschooled versus public school. I didn't get to public school until 9th grade. So yes, definitely. Yes, exactly. You can't fix a blank page. Exactly. Yes, so I think I'm done for tonight because I am a little tired. I'm just gonna relax and I'm probably gonna pop in somebody else's reading sprints to hang out for a little bit. But thanks to everyone for popping in. Anybody who is new tonight, thanks for joining in and spending time with me. I usually send us off in a prayer really quick for the weekend just to be thankful for you guys hanging out with me. So, dear Lord, thank you for wonderful friends, Lord God, that we just love to hang out together and read or write or whatever we do just to spend time together, Lord. I pray for each one of us to have a blessed weekend, a blessed Father's Day, Lord God, and I pray for good weather. And I pray for anyone who's writing tonight, Lord, just to give them the words to say in their stories. In Jesus' name, amen. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me. This book is well copy edited. The spelling is good and the commas are fine. It's the story and characters and pacing that's all. Yes, yes. My author friend, she said, I'll see if your pacing's accurate. So I'm like, okay, thanks. I think my pacing's pretty good though. I really try hard not to have too many slow parts, but like you gotta have some like more emotional or slower paced parts just to kind of like, but you gotta have those fast moments too. So I think I'm pretty good with that, but we'll see what she says next week. Oh yeah, I went to school in 8th grade. Well, I said up to 8th grade. Yes, Mom says I get too smart for her. And you're welcome for the sprints. I'm happy you guys can join in. Good night, everyone, and you're welcome. So I should be back next week, Friday, same time, probably 6 o'clock, because I do kind of like that time actually starting, so we can have at least an extra hour or two. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week.